Welcome to I Can't Believe It's episode number 7 of Uncorked. It's Boxer with Sal Carfagna. We are at the world headquarters of Carfagna's here off Gemini. And you hear that? Do you hear that?
The sausage is sizzling, folks. It is late September. We are September 18th today, and we are just a few weeks away from one of my favorite weekends of the year.
Yeah.
The Italian Festival weekend, Columbus Italian Festival, coming up October 11th, 12th, and 13th.
And Sal, specifically the sausage that you are making, and I thought you were just saying it to say it, but it's actually Italian festival sausage, right?
Absolutely. So
I didn't know there was such a thing.
There is such a thing, Boxer, and we're about to have some today. And why? Why festival sausage? Well, in the beginning, when the festival just started happening and the first few years of it, we had two sausages. We had the sweet sausage, mild, and then we had the hot sausage.
Yeah.
And we were going back and forth, and, you know, instead of bringing two different types, why don't we just bring one type and have a blend of the two and have like a more medium sausage? And that was the festival sausage. So the festival sausage is a medium. It's sweet and hot.
Okay.
So it's not too spicy, right? And I know your taste buds. We've talked about this before. You'll be able to handle it, I promise. But this is our number one sausage in the entire market. Day in, day out, year in, year out. It's always the festival sausage.
You sell more of this than any other sausage.
Any other flavor. Yep.
Wow.
This one right here, the festival sausage.
So if we come into Carfagna's market and we're looking for this, does it say it in the market? Does it say Italian festival?
Festival sausage, baby.
Okay, perfect.
And people always ask, what's the sausage that you sell at the Italian festival? Festival sausage.
Festival
it's right
sausage.
there. And that's medium. So instead of calling it medium sausage,
Yeah.
it's medium spice level, right?
Yeah.
Italian festival sausage. And this is the same sausage that we do at the Italian festival. We cook it on a large flat top, almost like Blackstone cast iron flat top grill.
Wow. Yeah.
And so we're recreating that a little bit here. We got our cast iron grill out. You can hear the sizzle.
Yeah. Oh, look at the ass.
We're starting to sweat. We got the peppers and onions already cooked up. And then to couple it, we have some Montepulciano D'Abruzzo red wine here. This is Colle Frisio.
That bottle is just beautiful.
It is beautiful.
It's too pretty to open, Sal.
For those of you guys watching on YouTube, here's the bottle. Take a snapshot of this. This is $38 in the wine shop Colle Frisio from Montepulciano di Abruzzo. It is from Frisio Abruzzo, which is right outside of Chieti. This town is probably 20 minutes from Atessa.
How big? How big is the town?
Small town. But Atessa is where my now brother-in-law is from.
Yeah.
We were just in Italy. We spent 2 weeks there celebrating my sister and his wedding. And lo and behold, they wanted to try this wine because they have not had it yet, and here they are.
Oh, yeah!
So Edgard and Francesca Cancelmo are here in-house.
Congratulations!
And without further ado, let's have one of them pop open this bottle.
Absolutely.
Because we are starting the podcast is called Uncorked.
Yep.
And so we start each episode with the uncorking of one of these wines. It's a whack top, so you can go right through. Yep.
Yeah.
And you got to make sure that Boxer's going to lean his microphone in here because you got to get the sound, the uncorked sound to kick off the episode.
Pressure.
And to go with the ambiance, we're going to be flipping sausage.
That's going to be
Almost. You got it.
Hey! In and out from Colle Frisio, Montepulciano di Abruzzo. The bottle is heavy, man. It is a heavy bottle. It's got a wax top. It's got that heavy glass bottle. It's even got a statue of a golden statue of a fish on there. I mean, this bottle looks like it's a $70, $80 bottle of wine. And again, it's 38. Montepulciano di Abruzzo. It's a lighter red, so going from that light to medium body red. Great for a very versatile wine, right? You can have it with pizza, you can have it with pasta, grilled chicken, lighter proteins. You can eat it with a nice grilled piece of fish. You can have it with your pasta dishes, red pasta dishes, seafood pasta dishes. We're also have some Caciocavallo cheese here from that same area.
Nice pairing.
Yes, yeah. So we have some.
This wine was the official wine of the wedding. Is that right, or just it was one of the wines?
Not this specific wine, but the grape, the Montepulciano di Abruzzo, was probably the official wine of the trip. we drank our weight in Montepulciano di Abruzzo. Edgard was so very fortunate enough to bring us to the Spinelli winery. He has friends at the Spinelli winery, and we were able to have a tour there. And that winery it's a huge operation. They make 50,000 bottles of wine a day. And we stopped there probably early on in the trip and stocked up on some wines, some Montepulciano di Abruzzo, Pecorino di Abruzzo, and Trebbiano di Abruzzo. Those three, Trebbiano and Pecorino, are white wines. Fantastic white wines, light-bodied, acidic, crisp, minerally, all around great wine, especially with seafood. And then they make the Montepulciano di Abruzzo as well.
We have to do a cheers to the newlyweds. Yay! By the way,
salute, auguri, congratulations.
Very nice, very smooth.
Ooh, that's nice.
Very nice.
It's nice.
Very nice. And you can get this in your wine shop. That's right?
All of the wines that we feature on Uncorked are available right here at Carfagna's Market.
I know what that means. Sal's going to beat me up after this. Like, of course it's in our wine shop. Of course.
Are you going to make another comment about my black latex gloves, Boxer?
It just looks like you're going to do some business after the podcast.
Yeah, right. That's, No discrimination there, right? Oh, your last name ends in a vowel and you have slick back hair and you're wearing black gloves.
Hey, what have I always said? The worst thing you could do in this town is upset the Carfagnas. So
I'm sure that there's a lot worse things that y'all could do. Don't take that literally. There are a lot worse things you could do. Like spilling Montepulciano di Abruzzo. Right. That's worse.
By the way, we have to.
So again, let's try some cheese with it.
Okay, let's try some cheese.
Okay, on the trip, we ate a lot of this cheese. This is Caciocavallo. Caciocavallo means horse cheese because this cheese used to be aged on horseback going from town to town. This is the official cheese of the Abruzzo region, or as I like to call. But it's a provolone cheese. It is provolone cheese. It's a little bit sharper than provolone. This one here, this is from San Rocco. San Rocco, we actually drove through San Rocco on our way to Atessa, where Eddie's family is from. And this is what it looks like. They actually tie it, a knot on the top of it.
Oh, wow, look at that.
And they hang it to dry it out.
How long do they hang it for?
Literally, it's up to you. So you can hang it for years. You can hang it just for a month.
Does it taste differently if you hang it up?
So
it does.
This one has that kind of that sharper taste. It's a little bit like spicier, kind of on the back end, right?
Right.
Almost kind of like a white peppery kind of flavor. The fresher ones are like smooth, like butter, cream. That sharpness that's there. The terracines, the little crystals that you might get aren't going to be there as well.
Yeah.
A very smooth cheese, and I prefer that. I prefer the more fresher styles. This is Fonte Luna. This is from the hometown of Vaso Girardi. This is the cheese factory that is there. We visited there. We ate their ricotta. We had their fior di latte. They call it trec, which is their slang term for stracciata, right? Which is the stretched cheese.
Sal, just out of curiosity, how long were you there for?
We were there for 2 weeks. We were fortunate enough to be there for 2 weeks.
Well, the factory itself.
Oh, the factory itself, a half hour. We went there.
Okay.
We bought cheese. We said hi to the crew, took some pictures of the back room, watched them stretch a couple pieces of scormorza and then hit skates because There were 3 this time. But literally, yeah, 2 or 3 guys. But yeah, you guys, you sit down. Come on, you want to sit down?
Here.
Let's talk about the trip.
There you go.
Vieni qua. Sit. Sediamo.
So I have a question here. I should have brought the extra mic here, but I'm just curious. How did you two meet?
Here.
You met here, really?
Yeah. His brother was our sommelier here. How many? 2 years ago?
3 years ago.
3 years ago?
Yeah.
Eric?
Yeah.
You guys open? Yeah.
3 years ago? Good Lord. Time flies. Eric, he helped, like right after we opened, he joined our team, and he is the one who introduced us.
Oh.
Yeah, I did not give Eddie that much time of day. I was, very short. I was very busy, trying to get gelato, everything.
Yeah.
In the whole cafe, just trying to get it all set up.
Sure. So how did Eddie win you over? What did he do?
He did not give up. He was, we like to call
Good
it.
for you, Eddie.
Yeah. In Italian, it's called testadura, which I know a lot of people probably know that phase. In Abruzzo dialect or Atessana dialect, it's cocha-toast, which means hard-headed. Stubborn.
Who's more stubborn between the two of you?
That's a toss.
I will lose that. I'll lose that fight, bro.
Yikes.
So Eddie, how long have you been here in America?
So I moved here like three and a half years ago.
What do you think? Do you like America?
Yeah,
Do you-
so far so good.
Yeah.
Great. Got me a wife.
Yeah. Well,
Eddie is he's a world traveler. His dad was here for over 10 years, right, Eddie? And his brother was here as well. But Eddie has been in Australia.
Oh, wow.
He's been in Europe. He's been obviously in Italy, New Zealand.
wow.
I live around, I left Italy like 14, 15 years ago. I lived in Australia, New Zealand, England, Switzerland, Florida. Then moved back
Was
to
it for
Italy.
your dad's job, Eddie, or
No,
was
no,
it just
no.
just
It was
you
just
were
me. Yeah, it
just
was
traveling?
just me.
Good
I
for
just
you.
couldn't- yeah.
Good for you. What outside of America and obviously your homeland of Italy? What's been your favorite country?
I'll say Australia.
Yeah?
Yeah, Sydney, Australia, beautiful city.
Or the people are really
country.
nice.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah.
Except that everything like animal-wise and plants-wise try to kill you. Except that, you're fine. Except that you're okay.
I heard the spiders are as big as one's head.
Yeah.
Is that?
Yeah, is that true? But like the big spider, you don't have to worry. Yeah, you have to worry the little one.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
The one you can't see, just make it worse.
Because I heard there are spiders that can chase you and are fast in Australia.
Like the black widow. Like,
Yeah.
Like literally like a tip of a matchet, small and
And if they bite you,
you're
look out.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Bye.
Well, look,
Except that, great country. Except for that.
This is a great. I love this episode. I'm so glad you brought them in.
Boxer, I was telling Alex and Sarah and our marketing crew, I was like, I really want to talk about the wedding, and we wanted to feature the cafe.
glad.
And I'm like, well, I'd hate to spring this on Francesca being back so soon, and I wasn't even expecting her to be here today. And I was like, well, maybe we'll just do the cafe. And Alex was like, hey, the Italian festival's coming up. Why don't we make sausage sandwich and do this? I was like, great, sausage sandwich. We'll talk about Montepulciano Abruzzo. We'll talk a little bit about the wedding. And then on the next episode, we'll feature the cafe and we'll do a deep dive into the wedding.
Great.
And we can go more in detail on that. But lo and behold, they showed up this morning and I'm like, hey, Eddie, we're about to open up this Montepulciano Abruzzo. Do you know anything about it? And he's like, Fricio, that's right around the corner from Atessa. And I'm like, hey, listen, you got to come in to the room in the podcast. Try some and we'll chat a little bit about the wedding and recap a little bit about it.
Yeah. Eddie, what department are you working in then?
So I work for Charismatic restaurants.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
So I'm a beverage manager for one of the restaurants.
Oh yeah, there you go. So same line of work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hospitality service. Yeah. Restaurant business.
Yeah, great for us because we understand each other's hours and all that can be difficult sometimes, but
Very difficult.
Yeah.
it is what
But
it is.
by the way, this is very early, guys, but I know you are Italian. When are you going to start having kids?
Oh, $1 million question. If I had a quarter.
Coming right out with it. Boxer's not holding back.
Well, come on. I'm
You get
clearly
one
not
glass
the
of wine
first.
with him, and he starts with these questions. Watch out when he gets 2 glasses of wine. And then even better watch out when he's got that sausage sandwich in him. My goodness gracious.
Come on. I mean, come on.
What do they say? Hide your wife, hide your kids. Boxer's got a glass of wine and a sausage sandwich in him.
Now, I know how many times during the wedding you probably heard that. Come on. This isn't the
Yeah.
first time.
That's
But
so
they were
Italian.
more, they were
like
more
everyone,
forward with it. They didn't ask. They were just like, okay, so kids next.
Yeah.
Now.
there's no question.
There is no
asked.
question.
Yeah, no other
Okay, you
questions.
just got married.
demand.
What about next step?
Yeah.
Like, right on. Right on.
Eddie, how did you propose, by the way?
So I know that so Bella and Carfagnas, they own a condo down in Florida, and I know that Bella loved that condo, and bring back memories. Yeah, vacation there since they were a kid, and I know that Bella loves morning walks on sunrise. So I was like, okay, that's the perfect spot, I guess.
Oh.
And on the beach, I was like, okay, let's go for a walk. And I proposed it right there.
Bella, were you
now
surprised?
It's like, we have nice memories, both of us.
A little. I mean,
Oh,
yes,
here,
I was
here,
surprised
can you talk
for
in the?
that. I'm sorry.
No,
Yes.
it's okay. It's okay.
I was surprised. But I also kind of knew in Italy they do it differently. It's more the couple talks about it before, and then they present it to the family saying, we decided to get married this day, yada, yada. So, merging 2 cultures, it wasn't your typical engagement, but we kind of
Yeah.
got to do both sides. So I kind of knew, but I didn't know when it was going to happen. And how I didn't know was then, his brother, Eric, the sommelier, 25, got up willingly at 5 a.m. I should have known that something was happening. And, he's walking down, and they both had, I didn't even notice the ring in his pocket. And then we're walking, and Eddie's like, oh, let's take a picture right here while it's, the sun. And I was like, no, let's go further. Why would we stop here? Being a testadura, why would we stop here? Let's go further. Anyways, he was like, because it's really nice here. Come on. And I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. So then I turn around, and he's down on one knee, and I should have realized because Eric's in the back with 2 phones. Like this. Let's take a picture.
And by the way, how long did it take you to plan this wedding in Italy? Because it's not like it was here. It was
Italy was, that was a breeze.
really.
Yeah.
There was still things, like we scheduled this dinner on I don't know if Sal told you about it, it's a trabocco. So in Abruzzo, they're famous for the Trabocchi coast, and it's almost like a big pier that jets out. Way back in the day, a lot of the people from the north that had money would come down to the Adriatic in that area and fish.
Yeah.
And take all the fish from the Abruzzese. So they came up, they didn't have the money to get boats, so they came up with these structures, and they're very cool. There's about 13 left, and they're still you should really be saying this.
They just made it like a UNESCO World Heritage Site, so you can't touch it anymore.
Wow, okay.
So 8 of them are restaurant, but you can do more than that because it's like UNESCO now, so it's protect.
They're
Wow.
protected.
They're
now
protected,
grandfathered
okay.
8 of them
in.
are restaurants.
How old are they? How old are those
You guys,
structures?
the structures are centuries old.
Centuries old. Wow.
They are old fishing piers. They're extremely unique because number one of how old they are, but number two, they have these rods, these spokes that go all the way out that are for the fishing nets.
Oh wow!
They have this super unique look on them, and they are old fishing piers that go all the way out into the middle of the coast. And the Adriatic side over there on that side it's a gulf, right?
Yeah.
You have Venice all the way up north. You have Croatia on the east side. You have Italy on the western coast. But it is a gulf. It's very shallow. You have to walk out to get into some depth of water, just like our Gulf Coast here down in like Siesta Key, if you've ever been there.
Yeah,
or, Fort Myers, right? So the Trabocchi are like that. They've changed these over into restaurants, and there are. You walk onto this restaurant, beautiful, beautiful setting. You're on this fishing pier. They have glass windows on the floor so you can look down over the water, and then they cook everything right there. They're catching all that fish and then they're making it.
They have to make whatever they catch that day.
Yeah.
So you don't get to choose. It's like it's a set course menu that they decide the day of. It's a great experience. I mean, if you go to Abruzzo, it's definitely something that you should like. Everyone should try.
Just stunning.
Yeah, it's like unique for that part of Italy and the world. So it's
wow.
So
Well,
very, very good.
congratulations, you guys. You might as well just stay with us for the rest of the podcast, right? Tell you what I'm going to do.
We got some more caciocavallo, and we're about to serve up some sausage sandwiches.
You guys, I'm going to grab this other mic so that way we don't have to keep going back and forth. I'll give you this one, and I'm going to go grab the other one, okay? So this is yours. You guys keep talking. I'm going to get the other mic. I'll be right back here.
So again, you guys, we're cooking up some Italian sausage sandwiches. Right now, the peppers and onions are just finishing up. I'm going to steam the buns just a little bit on this cast iron skillet, and then we're going to serve them up. This is exactly how we do it at the Italian Festival. We have Italian Festival sausage, again, our medium blend sausage. We're pan frying them on the cast iron skillet. After they are about 80% done, we're throwing the peppers in there. The peppers are going to help deglaze that pan. They're going to get some of those nice sausage drippings from the bottom of that pan, flavoring the peppers and onions. And then we're going to put it on a bun. You can garnish this any way that you want. You want to put your hot pepperoncino on there, go for it. You want to put some ketchup on there, some mustard on there, go for it. I like a little bit of mustard on mine. I have Bertman's Original because I'm a big Cleveland guy. If you know me, you know that. Bertman's is got always a near and dear place in my heart, and I think that it is the best condiment for my liking for the Italian Festival sausage. So I got some Bertman's here that I'm going to put on my sausage. I got hot and spicy mustard behind me if you'd rather have that. I got ketchup right here. I know Boxer says that he's a plain Jane when it comes to his.
Okay,
he likes his dog naked. I'm like, hey, whatever you do, wash your hands.
Sounds weird.
Whatever you do, wash your hands, Boxer.
I do wash my hands. Hey, this would be a great question for you. The whole debate about hot dogs, brats, sausage, and then putting ketchup on them. Some people say that that's a sin, but clearly you don't believe that that's the case.
Whatever you want.
That's what I say. This is America.
Yeah, as long as you're eating the sausage and you're enjoying it, that's the thing. It's you get into all these technicalities on how you're supposed to eat an Italian sausage.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Like this is Columbus, Ohio, dude.
Right.
We're the Midwest. Like it's not like we have strict rules on anything except how you make your pizza and how you cut it.
That's right.
But seriously, it's not like an Italian beef in Chicago where you have to eat it this way, or like a Philly cheesesteak in Philly. You got to eat it this way or else it's not a Philly cheesesteak. Or making a rostaccini in Abruzzo, right? Fire, salt, and lamb. A rostaccini. We had it like 3 times in Italy. Lamb skewers are fantastic. But no, like those are strict rules on that type of food. But Carfagna's Italian sausage, man, I mean, we're laid back people. However you like it, however you enjoy it is how it should be eaten.
I can't believe that this wine is set at that price, Sal.
It's fantastic, isn't it? I'm thinking to myself, and I'm like, okay, this is my new go-to Montepulciano. This is $38. I'm like, that's that medium to high kind of spend on a bottle of wine. But if I'm going that route and I want to show somebody a nice Montepulciano de Abruzzo, this is it.
But this could be easily, it could easily be priced higher. I mean, it's that good. It's that good. So delicious. And we also have to talk about the Italian Festival. I know we touched on it a little bit. But with that coming up, the Carfagnas have a big presence there at the Italian Festival, right?
Yes, so we are the main sponsor of the main.
Look at this.
Not the main sponsor. We're a big sponsor there. The sponsor of the main stage where they have all their music. We have our booth there. Our booth is on the corner of Lincoln and Hamlin, right outside of the steps of the church. The Italian sausage is being made right there on the corner.
Yeah.
That's our main thing. We also do lasagna. We also do cavatelli. We do meatballs on a stick, cavatelli and meatballs.
Yeah.
And then my Aunt Julie has her dessert booth where she has a ton of Italian cookies that Francesca helps her make. The cannolis, the tiramisu.
Oh, the cannolis.
Cassata cake.
Cassata cake. Aunt Julie's famous cassata cake and Napoleon's.
I don't think I've tried that yet. The cassata cake?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The rum cassata. It has, it's your vanilla cake, has rum, a Bavarian cream with strawberries inside and whipped cream all around. It's very good. Very light, but so delicious.
By the way, thanks to the Carfagnas, I'm now a cannoli snob. There's no one has better cannolis than the Carfagnas.
You're welcome.
So how long is do you know how long the Italian festival has been around?
Oof.
By chance?
80s.
Yeah, so
So
quite
40 something years?
Yeah.
Late 80s, I think.
Late 80s, okay.
90s, early 90s.
No, I
Yeah.
think it was,
80s.
I think so. It used to be at the Ohio State Fairgrounds when
Right.
it first started.
We
Right,
can ask.
yeah.
My dad was a part of the original festival and the board and all of that. We can get him in here and he can answer that right on the dot. I should have known that
It's okay.
answer before we started this podcast.
Sorry.
I'll grab him.
It's been going on since I have been alive. I was born in 1990, so I know that for fact.
Yeah.
It used to be on the Ohio State Fairgrounds.
Eddie.
That was the first one.
Okay, Eddie, have you gone to the Italian festival yet? Have you been?
So I went last year and 2 years ago. Yeah. It's fun. A lot of fun.
Yeah.
And I was so happy to see this morning, actually at the door of Carfagna, that there's actually this year Italian festival. It's celebrating Abruzzo. And I was like, I need to be there.
Yeah.
I have to. Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so every year the festival celebrates a region in Italy, and this year they're celebrating Abruzzo. Abruzzo used to be Abruzzo Molise, used to be one region. Molise in the 60s, right, Eddie?
63, yeah.
63, Molise and Abruzzo became separate regions,
Yeah.
so separate states, right? In the United States, we have states as our regions. In Italy, they have regions.
Yeah.
So Abruzzo and Molise are two separate regions, but in central Ohio, there are so many families that have their roots, their lineage, their family's ancestry is from those two regions, Abruzzo and Molise. And just so happens this year, the Italian festival is celebrating Abruzzo, and we just came from Abruzzo. Eddie's family's from Abruzzo, and it's fun. Dad, Sam Carfagna is here. When was the first Italian festival, Columbus Italian Festival?
Oh boy. Okay, let's see here. We're going way back. I am going. Hi, Boxer. How are you?
Hi, Sam.
It's good to see you again.
Good seeing you, sir.
Okay, that's a question that I wasn't prepared for, but it's so long ago. I was probably not married. Okay, so I was married in '82. So I'm going to have to say that the Italian festival was sometime began in the late 70s or the very first year of the 80. So what's that bring us, about 50?
Yeah, 50. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, a long time.
Long time.
It was
Yeah.
at the, I know it was in the it was in the
1980.
1980, right?
1980. There you go. Good job, Eddie.
Hey, how about that?
I
My
used to
math
have
isn't
fairground.
so bad, is it?
Still got it.
The old Governor Rhodes building, which is still there off 17th Avenue at the Ohio State Fairgrounds, was the very first location. Then they moved within 2 years into the multi-purpose building. Well, I take that back. We went into the Lauschi building. We kept moving up. And then we took over the larger, at that time, multi-purpose building, they call it. And it's still there. And finally, the committee and the church was able to raise enough funds to bring it to the streets of St. John the Baptist Church, which is what they wanted to do all along, but to get all the mechanics of moving electricity there and getting the city help with gas and power etc., and blocking off the roads. That had to be had to come with attrition to the whole event growing and growing and growing to the point where the city of Columbus understood that it was a large event.
Yeah.
And Father Castomar Pesi, God rest his soul, was the originator of the not only the first, but probably the first 25 years of the fest, and his goal was to build a cultural center, which he did complete before he passed, and that is a big part of the festival as we talk about it today, the cultural center, and what they have to offer as far as bringing Italian culture to today's youth.
That's a really good point too. It's not just about the food; it's also about the culture with the Italian festival.
And it is celebrated on Columbus Day, which is
Thanks, Sam.
Thank you.
Hey, Sam, Dad, why don't you come back and try this Montepulciano di Abruzzo? This is from Frisa, which is just outside of Atessa, just north of Lanciano.
So good.
This is available in our shop. It's called Colle Frisio. From the winery Colle Frisio, and it's called In and Out. It's a Montepulciano di Abruzzo. It's a fantastic wine.
Well, that is wonderful.
Yeah.
Isn't that good?
My goodness gracious.
You look very well rested after being in Italy at a wedding.
I know it's it's hard to come back, and we're there on the sea, on the Adriatic coast, and the water is aqua blue, and you're having an outdoor wedding when the weather is absolutely perfect and the sun is shining. I mean, it was like a fairy tale. It really was, and the experience that we had as a family to be together, and it was. I don't know how to explain it. My brother, my sister, and I, which are the principals in this company, that have never ever shared a vacation together since we were children. Okay, since our childhood, and for all of us to be absent of the business at the same time was because we have an incredible staff of people today. And my nephew was here to take care of things as well. We had one family member, but most importantly, our staff was just on top of it and enabled this for us to happen. And we were relaxed because there was no problems. Yeah, it was great.
Sam, I know you got to go, but I appreciate you talking about that, and hope you enjoyed it. And
good to see you, Boxer. That wine, it's got depth, it's got fruit. It's got it all. Man. I mean, is that a Reserva?
No. That is just regular Montepulciano. That's a DOC.
It's a great bottle.
What's it sell for? Do you know?
38.
Okay, well.
Can you believe that price?
No, that's a wonderful price. It tastes like, really, honestly, and I do drink a bit of wine, but
he's first degree sommelier. Everybody, first degree. He is.
Brunello di Montalcino is what it reminds me of. It has that kind of depth and it has that kind of power, and the fruit is all over it, which sometimes the Brunellos are a miss of, except for some of the spectacular years. Wonderful. That's a great bottle of wine. Thanks for sharing that with me.
Thank you,
Sam. Thanks for stopping in.
We'll see you.
Yep. Take care.
Sam Carfagna, everybody.
Yay, Sam.
We'll give him a round
He's such a
of
good
applause.
Yeah, there you go.
Get it?
Such a good man. Yes, I got it. Hey, I haven't tried it. Did you guys try your sausage yet?
I'm about halfway done. I couldn't stop.
Oh my.
I'm sorry. We should have cheers. I should have waited. Salute.
Oh.
Mangia bene. Boxer's making yummy sounds again.
Oh my goodness. This is the best gig in the world. I mean, it really is. I'm going to ask for a job next. A side hustle here at Carfagna's.
There's plenty of things that we can do, Boxer.
Yeah, right.
Now, this sausage, if you're going down to Ohio State home games, down on campus, at the O-Zone tailgate, every home game, we have a Carfagna sausage booth where we're making these sausage sandwiches down there. So it's right on Lane, right across from St. John's Arena. If you know where the O-Zone tailgate is, that's where like the old Heine Gate was. That's right there. The O on Lane is catty corner to us. just a couple storefronts down from the Varsity Club. Right across the bridge from where like the shot is, you guys. It's right across from St. John's Arena, on lane. That intersection right there. Everybody's crossing that intersection to cross lane. That's where our sausage booth is at. So you can grab an Italian sausage sandwich on your way, either going to the game or on your way to a tailgate. Or if you're just hungry on game day and you just want to snack on a sausage sandwich, come out and check us out. So we're there before kickoff every game. At kickoff, we begin cleaning up. But yeah,
I'm glad you said that. And by the way, side note, thank you for catering our sister station's, game day broadcast too. We really, we love you and appreciate you.
We're proud to. And of course, and you guys are right there, right next to the VC. You guys are in the heart of it all, man. No pun intended, right? Ohio State, the heart of it all. But you guys are right there. Fun tailgates. Everything down there. It's a fair. Every game day, man. Every game day is just it's a festival. It's packed with people. There's 100,000 in the stadium.
Isn't that crazy?
But there might be 1 million outside the stadium.
Agreed.
There might be 1 million outside.
Are you guys down there? Are you guys? Do you get down there?
We do. I haven't been down there because I've been in Italy. But we go down there when we can, when we're able to. This Saturday we have another family wedding that we're actually going to be attending, so we won't be down there this Saturday, but stop by and check us out because we have our staff is always there. You might see myself, you might see my brother, you might see my sister, but again, right there on lane,
just outside the Varsity Club. Yes, sirree. Okay, so recapping real quick because I don't know everything we've touched on. I mean, I know the things we've touched on. Maybe I've had too much wine, but
Cacio Cavallo, Italian Festival sausage, Montepulciano Abruzzo.
Yeah, there you go. So the Italian Festival again. The dates.
The 11th, the 12th, and the 13th. Okay. And on Friday, the doors open at 5 o'clock.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, usually.
They open at 5 on Friday, and then it goes all weekend. I think it opens at 11 on Saturday, closes at midnight, and then on Sunday it starts after Mass, around like 12 o'clock. And then they start closing down at 5 p.m. on Sunday. But you can buy tickets here. You can buy tickets online. If you're in the shop, you can buy tickets here as well. They're $10 for a single day pass, $15 for a 3-day weekend pass. So if you plan on going 2 days, you spend the $15 and you'll save money. If you plan on going all 3 days, then you're saving a lot of money. But you can buy those tickets here at Carfagna's. You can buy those tickets at Google Columbus Italian Festival. I think it's columbusitalianfestival.com, and you can purchase those tickets there. And those, again, are single-day passes. Here's the secret. You guys ready for this?
What's that?
Here's the secret. The week before the festival, we're going to be running a promo where if you spend, for every $100 that you spend in our markets, or the restaurant, you get one free ticket to the Columbus Italian Festival.
Well, that's a deal.
So if you're grocery shopping here or you're coming out with your family, keep that in mind because for every $100, you're going to get one free ticket. And then you can also purchase the remaining tickets that you need for your family or your significant others or whoever else that you want to take to the festival here as well. So the week before the festival, 1 week only. And we are going to be celebrating our Italian Heritage event. That is going to be on the week before the festival, October 5th. So that week there, leading up
that
to
first full week of October.
That first full week, right? Yeah. The week before the festival week. So not festival week, the week before that. That's the first week or the last week of September going into the first week of October, culminating on October 5th, that Saturday. That October 5th is going to be Italian Heritage Month. Or Italian Heritage Day, I apologize, at Carfagna. So we have our monthly events that we do. We just did a fall festival last Saturday. On that Saturday, October 5th, is going to be Italian Heritage, celebrating Italian Heritage. We're going to have a ton of samples. We're going to be doing a lot of different things, education, all that stuff, and especially the promotion with the Columbus Italian Festival tickets.
Great. That's great. Well, look, this Italian Festival sausage was absolutely delish, and you'll be able to get that at the Italian Festival, obviously.
Yes.
So, among other things, it's full of food, fun, culture. We're excited to attend
Columbus Day weekend. That is the National Italian Heritage Day. So a lot of people think, we're celebrating the Christopher Columbus, as people like to call the mass murderer, right? But it's honestly the history of that.
The history, though.
Yeah.
The history of that day is remarkable. If you know why the United States government made Columbus Day a national holiday, it'll make your head spin. There is history there back in the late 1800s. I know we're getting off on a tangent. We got to wrap this thing up. But
it's important, though.
It is important. It is very important. In New Orleans, there was a police captain who was murdered in the streets. But at that time, the Emancipation Proclamation was just signed. All the slaves were now freed, and the cotton fields and the farm fields needed labor. And the next labor up were all the Sicilians and the Southern Italians that were coming in through the New Orleans ports.
It was one of the first big migrations from Italy as well. Yeah.
Yes.
Wow, they came up from New Orleans.
Yes.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Southern Italy came mostly down through New Orleans. Northern Italy came up through the New York portion. Our family came in through New York. We're kind of middle Italy. Abruzzo's right in the center Italy, central Italy. But there were so many Italians in New Orleans that they started to, get their own little corner markets in the French markets and hold some clouts, right? They were becoming more cliquey, right? And that's where these terms, the mafia, started coming from, and the derogatory terms of Italians started to come about in New Orleans and in the papers and all of that. The police captain was murdered and was blamed it on the Italian population, and the police force they incarcerated as many Italians as they could, and they were all innocent. And once the police captain passed away in the hospital, the mayor said, "We're going to go down to the prison and we're going to hang all the Italians." And he used a different word, right, a derogatory term. And there was a lynch mob that was formed, and they went and they lynched the Italians, about 13 of them, which was one of, if not the largest mass lynching in U.S. history, which is incredible to think about. Italy was just unified as a country. Garibaldi just went around Italy and unified Italy. Overnight, Italy became a world power. They became all these different city-states that were strong in themselves, were just unified. And they were one of the strongest forces in Europe overnight. Yeah. And when news of this traveled across the Atlantic, Italy was threatening to declare war against the U.S.
Wow.
And the U.S. just came out of the Civil War. Our army was decimated. So what we do, we said, hey, listen, we're going to make a deal, right, with the Italians, and we're going to say we're going to pay $25,000 to all of the family members who were lynched and, call it even. And Congress vetoed it to $25,000 back then. Do the math. It's worth millions and millions of dollars now. And they said, no, we're going to do $2,500 to the families, and we're going to give all the Italians in America a national holiday of recognition, and that holiday is going to be called Columbus Day.
Do you know how many schools probably do not teach that, the origins of this?
Why would you? Why would they teach it, Boxer? It's counterculture, right? It shows that it's not America's strongest set point, right? You're talking about a national holiday that was conceived over a lynch mob, right? You're talking about and not even the Columbus Day. I mean, when we learned about Columbus Day in school, it was celebrating this man who discovered America.
Right.
Nothing about Italian heritage.
No.
Nothing about St. Patrick's Day. Everybody wears Irish gear, right? If you're not wearing green, you get pinched.
Yeah.
Right. But on Columbus Day, and now they're erasing Columbus Day, and it's becoming National Indigenous Day, which, again, Christopher Columbus has his own things. And I always tell people, why we call it Columbus Day is unknowns to me because, again, this man was not even from Italy. He was from Genoa, right? And that wasn't even part of the country. The country is a young country, but they chose that man, right, to signify the national day of heritage of the Italian people. So again, it is what it is. I like to call it. It's the National Italian Heritage Day.
I think that's appropriate.
Columbus Day.
Yeah.
And actually, my cousin Rick Carfagna made that weekend in the state of Ohio when he was a state rep. He made that weekend statewide represented to not when Columbus Day was being erased. That holiday, that National Italian Heritage Day, is always on that second weekend in October. So thank you, Rick, for doing that.
Yeah, important to preserve.
And again, the culture, the education about it, it's what we're here for, right? And what the Italian Festival is here for. It's why the Italian Festival is on the second weekend every day in October. It's why Columbus Day is called Columbus Day. It is what it is, right?
Yeah.
We don't learn about that in school. We had to figure that out on our own.
Yeah.
And when you do, your jaw hits the floor.
Yeah, I know.
You're like, oh my God. It's remarkable. And to think about that, now it's being erased because of what Christopher Columbus did to the indigenous people, right? In I don't know, man, you call it racism, you call it whatever, right? But that holiday was formed out of discrimination of a population, right? And now it's trying to be erased out of claims of discrimination. It's kind of ironic.
Yeah.
Right? But we celebrated with multiple Giano del Abruzzo and sausage sandwiches.
Right. That's right. Absolutely. Well, Eddie and Bella and Sal, thank you, by the way, for making these delicious Italian festival sausage sandwiches. And the buns, by the way. I know you can get the buns here, but is there a special name for the buns?
No, these are from Aldino's Bakery. These are just what we package.
Love them.
Italian buns. Aldino's is off 11th Avenue. They've been around for a long time, and
I love a good bun. I love it.
Sausage sandwich.
This is the quintessential Italian hard roll. This is Aldino's hard roll here in Columbus, Ohio. It's what we serve our sausage sandwiches at the Italian Festival. It's our Carfagna's hard rolls. If you've ever been to our market and you pick up a dozen hard rolls, that's what they are.
Yeah.
And it's a classic. It's a Central Ohio classic.
Definitely.
For sure, man.
Well, guys, I know as we wrap up episode 7, episode 8 next month, of course, we're getting closer to the holidays, so I know we'll have more to talk about between Thanksgiving.
You know what we haven't
Christmas.
talked about? And
What's that?
Speaking of the holidays, it's always a big time for this, but I think let's plug. We'll plug it.
Okay.
All right. Maybe we can have Francesca come back in and we talk about the cafe. We talk about the cookies. Have you had any of the cookies yet on this podcast?
Oh, yeah.
Have we had them? Okay.
Well, I don't know
Have
about
you
the
had the gelato?
I've purchased them because my wife is infatuated.
Yes.
So
I know
to
that
get
you've done
brownie
that.
points. Yeah.
But we haven't talked about the cookies yet. And
No, we haven't.
We
You're
haven't
right.
talked about the gelato.
Tis
No.
the season.
And 'tis the season for all of that. So we'll talk about that. We'll talk about panettone. We'll talk about all the Italian goodies coming up. Because
That's great. That's a great idea.
So
Let's
we'll do that. We'll do that in October because the episode will drop coming into holiday season.
Yep.
And we'll start to get all of our holiday goodies coming in around that time as well. So let's do that. Let's talk Cafe
do it.
CC next episode. We'll have Francesca come back in. Yeah, we'll talk about panettone.
Yeah. My husband's over here giving me the eyes like, oh yeah. All his favorite things.
Yes.
All of his favorite things,
Especially
Eddie's
Nutella.
favorite things.
Nutella has a special place in Eddie's heart.
Oh, good. I know what to get him for his birthday then. Nutella.
Yes, the largest tub that you can find of Nutella.
It
Really,
will
Eddie?
last maybe a month in our house. And I'm not exaggerating.
That's great.
Pretty valid. No shame.
No shame. Not at all. Well, Well,
And it's good. He likes it. He eats it.
well, thank you for listening to this episode of Uncorked on the iHeartRadio app, wherever you get your podcasts. And, of course, the video portion, you can hit subscribe on Carfagna's YouTube page. And, as always, we wrap up the podcast with Sal Carfagna. And have you trademarked this? You really can't trademark this, can you, though?
You can't trademark mark this term. No, you cannot. But everybody, thank you for listening and mangia bene.